Why photography? It's a question that any photographer should ask themselves before they consider becoming a professional. Anyone who wants to take up the art form of photography should do it out of their own will and not because they are forced by other people. And hopefully in today's video, I will convince you about 10 reasons why I think you should be a photographer, and then you can make the decision and you can stand by your decision. Reason number 1, you deserve to express yourself. As a creative, as a photographer, you have the ability to utilize your medium of photography to express yourself in creative ways that many normal people can't do. Think of this. How many people out there want their voice to be heard? How many people out there really want to express themselves in a creative way, but they can't? And because of the inability to express themselves in a creative way, how many people out there turn to toxic ways of expressing themselves? You, as a photographer, have a unique ability. Through an image that speaks 1,000 words, you can express yourself to an audience. You have full creative freedom to do that, and it is a very powerful tool to open yourself up to the world and show people your true self. Reason number 2, by being a photographer, you have the ability to make a living doing your art. Yes, it is hard. Yes, the market is oversaturated. But if you are in the market not for the money, but if you keep working on becoming a better version of yourself, if you keep working on becoming a better photographer and honing in your craft, what ends up happening is the people who will recognize your work will recognize your work. You will get opportunities beyond your wildest dreams. For example, I am privileged to have the opportunity to travel across India and photograph kickboxing. I had that opportunity, and it was a really wonderful opportunity. It was something that opened me up to so many new experiences that I could only dream of having. And you as a photographer too have the opportunity to be part of stuff like this. You get to collaborate with other artists. This is why I love photography. This is why I love the medium. It's because you get to collaborate with other different art forms, and you can bring that into your photography, and by collaborating with all these art forms, your work elevates. Over here, I've collaborated with SFX artists, I've collaborated with musicians, I've collaborated with kickboxers, I've collaborated with various different forms of makeup, right? So if I went for a wedding shoot, I would collaborate with a bridal makeup artist. If I went for a fashion shoot, the makeup artist would know how to work on the makeup for the model so that we can work on a good fashion shoot. We even get other actors to model for you, professional models. All of this is an art form. You get a costume designer to design a custom costume for the model that you're shooting so that it works for the sequence that you have in mind. It is all a collaborative process. It's a collaborative medium, and you get to work with multiple different creatives as a photographer. Make your friends your model. This is my favorite thing to do. That is, when you're starting out in photography and when you're becoming a creative, you do not need to go out there and find actual professional ramp walk models to model for your photo shoots. You can actually use the friends that you have in your circle. You can use the people that you have around you, and you can turn them into models. Always remember, a great photographer doesn't need a great model to create beautiful pictures of the person. You just need to see the beauty in every person and bring it out through your art form. You can create series on what you like. This is my favorite thing. You can actually get a collection of pictures on whatever topic it is that interests you, and then you have built yourself a series. And I love making series. For example, what you see on your screen right here is a series that I made for automobile photography. I love cars, so anytime I see a good car, I take a picture of a car, and that comes into my car portfolio. It's a series of images of cars, and you can do that for anything. If you love eating food, take beautiful pictures of your food. If you love animals, right, you can take beautiful pictures of animals and become a wildlife photographer. You can always create your own series, and that's something beautiful about our art form. Photograph for a cause that is much greater than yourself. And this is something that makes our art form truly valuable, because as a photographer, you are also a visual documentator. What that means is, through the art form of photography, through your medium, through the camera, you document reality. And most of the times you document stuff that are uncomfortable to view, right? But these uncomfortable pictures, these uncomfortable things to document is actually what sparks change. It's actually the most impactful work. So I photographed hundreds and hundreds of street dogs. I love dogs so much. I'm a dog lover, but I photographed the suffering of street dogs in India. And I did that to bring awareness on all these struggles that these dogs go through. You have the ability to spark change. You have the ability to inspire a generation to take different actions to save the world, right? So do not take that for granted. Understand that it's a powerful medium of communication. It's a powerful tool of expression, and through your art, you can actually create valuable outputs. Life is short, and there's a vast world out there for you to explore. You, as a photographer, get to show people the beauty of the life that we all share, the life that we all live, right? So that means going away from home and looking at this beautiful landscape and capturing that landscape. That means when you go out there and you go into a village, you interact with the villagers and you show people the beauty of the village and the way these villagers live their life, right? You get to explore, you get to get these new beautiful experiences that you would have missed if not for the medium of photography, because you have one life and life is really short. Time moves by really fast, really fast. So even though you may not make the most money, you can have experiences, right, which are way more valuable. But again, you need to take the step. You learn to love light. Light is what shapes a good image. Light is what creates a beautiful picture. And by becoming a photographer, you really begin to appreciate light, right? The quality of light, the temperature of light. How is the light bouncing off a surface and filling the shadows of the subject or whatever it is that you're shooting, right? How light can be used to literally change the atmosphere and the mood and the story that you're trying to tell. Because you, as a photographer, are a visual storyteller. You are someone who tells a story through an image. And by understanding light, by appreciating what a beautiful medium it is, right, you can actually create such beautiful pieces of work. What really makes a piece stand out, what really makes a photograph stand out, is the way light is used. Light is key to all good photography. And again, I just want to remind you that life is filled with so many magical moments and they fly by so fast. And by having a camera with you always, by going out with your camera with the intent to capture something beautiful, to show people the magic of life, right? Because life is magical. To show people the magic of life through your camera is what makes photography truly beautiful. And I'm going to end this video by saying this. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. You miss all the opportunities that you let pass by. If you really want to be a great photographer, if you really want to be a great creative, do it only if you love it. Take your camera out there and shoot every single day. Because if you don't shoot, and if you don't keep at it, you will never know if you will ever be successful. Maybe at the time being, it doesn't feel like you're going anywhere. Maybe for the time being, you feel stuck. You feel like the work that you're doing does not actually yield any result. But the more that you keep pushing yourself, the more that you keep going out there, taking your camera and clicking pictures, trusting that it's all going to work out, as long as you trust, you might get that shot that can change your life. You might meet that person that can give you that opportunity. Everything unfolds. Everything comes your way. But you need to be on the process. You have to be on the path to actually align with whatever it is that's coming your way, to be open to that experience and then evolve as a photographer. I hope this video has convinced you about the beauty of the medium that I'm so privileged to be a part of, the art form that I'm so in love with. And I hope that whatever decision you take going forward, you do it because you really want to do it. Not because you want to impress people, not because you want to make money, and not because anyone told you to do so. It's only if you really want to do it, then you go and pursue the art form. And I wish you the very best. I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment and subscribe.